72 ping up here on the mountain is not bad at all. I'm correct? So I still had some leftover burrito meat and nacho cheese, so I just threw some of that onto an egg sandwich with some of my seasoning blend. I'm calling that breakfast. But last night's campground wasn't anything too special. We're just kind of tucked away in the back of this Home Depot parking lot. I don't know if you can see it all the way up there. This is like the biggest Home Depot parking lot I've ever been in, but I just parked here in the like far right back corner. Didn't really hear anyone all night, so pretty nice place to sleep, which I'm happy about because there was not very many places to stealth camp in the area that I'm currently at. So I'm not sure if I have said this in a video or not. I think I might have said it in a video like last month or something, but my girlfriend is flying out to visit me in the van for a couple weeks. So tonight is one of the last nights that I have to spend alone for a good while. So I think I'm gonna drive out to somewhere. Hopefully we can find a spot somewhere out in the wilderness and not in a Home Depot parking lot to build a campsite tonight. And I think I want to try to build the ultimate campsite. Since it's been so long since I've been out in the wilderness and been able to build a proper campsite. And I have all of this camping equipment and camping stuff to set up when I pull up to places, but I never do because a lot of the times I'm actually stealth camping. But before we drive out to the spot that I'm planning on camping tonight, I'm gonna drive into town to the camping store to pick up some supplies and some extra little goodies to bring out to the campsite with us. And we have made it to the granola capital of the world, REI. So I came to REI specifically because they have one item that I really want, and then I'm gonna see if there's anything else in there that we need to pick up. All right, so this is the first thing that I really wanted to pick up because since I have the propane tank in the van, this just makes so much sense. It's like a portable propane-powered ammo box fire can, and it's super small, so I can have a nice outdoor fire wherever I want. All right, so I shopped around a bit in there, and they really didn't have much other than this thing, and this thing is the specific reason that I came here was to pick that up. So I think I need to go to the grocery store anyway, so I'm gonna get out of here and just head over to Walmart because I know that Walmart also has a camping section. So I'm gonna head there, see what we can find at Walmart, and also pick up some groceries for dinner tonight. The valley looks like it's being overrun by these kind of low-hanging clouds. Might be saying goodbye to the sun here in a minute. It's crazy how much moisture those mountains hold back. I mean, on the other side of these mountains, it is a bright sunny day, and then over here by the beach, cloudy as far as the eye can see. California's so weird. Let's see if Walmart has anything good. All right, so I think I'm gonna get one of these and maybe try to make a pudgy pie later tonight for dessert over that new fire that I bought. And I think I'm gonna get one of these and hang it up outside the van because I have that moonshade awning and I haven't hung it up in a while, so I'll probably get that up too. All right, I also got a few other things, but I think that's gonna be it. I have most of the other stuff already in the van. Now I just need to get some groceries. So I think I have everything I need. I got some stuff to make pudgy pies and fillings and s'mores, and hopefully have enough stuff to try to make my campsite the ultimate decked out campsite. But we've got about an hour and a half drive until we get to our final destination up in the mountains. So I will check in with you guys once I get there. So this is the spot right here down, I think it's a 3-mile dirt road. of the side of the mountain. So we're gonna head down here and see if we can find that spot all the way up the top. Hopefully the road up here isn't too bad. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, a little bit bumpy. Nothing the van can't handle. A little bit sketchy, but overall the road's not too bad. It's got a couple spots that are pretty rutted from people driving down it when it's muddy, but by and large it's in good condition. Alright, so I think I'm just going to take this turn out right here because it looks like it's pretty good, got a good view, and it looks like it's pretty flat. Nice view of the mountain range down there. So I'm going to get myself parked, and this is going to be our campsite for the night. So that definitely wasn't the best dirt road that I've ever driven up to get to a campsite, but definitely wasn't the worst. And I could go up further. There's like 2 or 3 more campsites, but it's like twice the distance up this dirt road, and then I got to drive twice the distance back. And plus, with all the rain that California's gotten, who knows how the rest of the road's going to look, because the beginning, although not the worst, definitely wasn't the best. But this is the spot we're working with, and luckily it's not windy out, so I should be able to hang up my awning and everything with pretty much without any issue. And we've got the perfect amount of space for everything, and it actually is pretty hot up here. I thought it was gonna be a little bit cooler being up here in the mountains, but even up here, it's still pretty hot today. And it's nice because we're way far enough away from that road down there, you can barely hear it. Also, another good thing about having this van and building in some redundancies with the Wi-Fi. So I have my Verizon hotspot, my AT&T hotspot, and then my Verizon phone. And my Verizon phone has, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but it has 0 bars. But I'm connected to my AT&T hotspot, which actually has 2 bars. So if I didn't have that redundancy on the hotspot there, I wouldn't have service. And I just realized when I opened the back doors, nothing fell out. But I do think I am gonna drop some stuff off at my brother's place here soon and just kind of declutter this back area and get rid of the stuff that I don't use. And I'm not sure that I've ever set this up on my channel. I may have a while ago, but I do have this. I also have a table, but I have this awning that kind of just suction cups to the side of the van. So I'm gonna get that set up first. I also haven't set this up in a while, so I'm not even sure I remember how to do it. I don't think it was too hard though. So technically these are universal since they come with the suction cups. You can kind of suction cup them to any car. But with mine, so that I can keep the door open, I like to use a magnet, a super strong magnet, and hook it up to the roof rack so that I can open and close my door. That should be good. And I do love this thing. I just never stay in one spot long enough to justify pulling it out and setting it up. The only thing is, if there is any wind, and I mean any wind, this thing is coming off. It really is not a big fan of almost even a light breeze. See? Really does not like wind. God, it's hot out. Whew. There we go. That should hold it in place if we get any more breezes. All right, so now we have our awning set up all nicely. Time to decorate and make this into the ultimate campsite. Starting with this wall thing that I bought, and I think I'm gonna hang it up on this side because that's where the sun is, so it'll keep me shaded from the right as the sun sets too. And I'm hoping it's the right size. I feel like it should be. All right, so it's definitely a little bit big, but that doesn't really matter. It'll still work out. There we go. It's not pretty, but now that'll keep me shaded from that side. All right, so I've gotten all of the stuff that I bought from the store out. We've got most of it set up. Now I'm just going to get my chair set up, get the propane tank set up, and make it all look pretty. All right, so I have gotten everything almost fully set up. We have got my string of fairy lights that aren't on right now because it's daytime, wrapped around our little shelter. I've got my projector screen up here. I've got my projector, I've got my Xbox, and I've got my power bank to power it all whenever it gets nighttime, because if I turn the projector on right now, it's too bright out, you wouldn't be able to see it. This thing has little containers in it. I didn't know it had that. So I guess if I needed to store something, I theoretically could store it in there. I've got my fire pit set out. So it's basically like this ammo can that has these like propane tubes in there, and you hook it up to a propane tank, which, since I only have one propane tank in the van, obviously I don't have two, and I still need to cook dinner tonight, I'm gonna try to cook dinner on top of this thing. I think my pan is big enough to just sit across the top, so it should work. But this is pretty much it. This is the setup. Once the sun sets low enough, I'll be able to turn my Xbox on and hopefully connect to Wi-Fi, since I actually have connection up here, surprisingly, and log in and play some Xbox. After I finished setting up camp right here on this pullout, I walked down here a little bit, and I don't think you're gonna be able to hear it on camera. And it doesn't really make sense to me because, like, there aren't a lot of bugs around me or flying around like near my face, but I feel like I can just hear a constant low hum of bugs flying around in the distance. But it's weird because I look up in these fields up there and I don't really see any bugs flying around. But it sounds like there's just hundreds of thousands of them. I guess maybe they're just super small. But anyways, I was walking down up this road and I came up here and there's this like grassy meadow. Looks like it'd be fun to go like run around in or have a picnic, and it looks like a scene from a movie. Obviously I'm not gonna go do that because I don't really feel like it, and two, there's probably a bajillion ticks just waiting in these grasses. But I just thought it looked pretty cool, and this way you get a pretty good vantage point of the spot down there, which is actually one of the most level spots that I've ever had while camping up on one of these mountain dirt road pullouts. Still is pretty hot out though. It's like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or for anyone who's watching over in Europe, 26 degrees Celsius. So I'm trying to stay out of the van, even though with the back doors open, it's really not too bad in there. But I'm gonna grab the propane tank and bring it out here and make myself some lunch, because it's still pretty early. It's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna make myself a little pudgy pie over the fire. I'm trying to keep this door closed as much as I can to keep the bugs out. And the reason I keep that one open is because I do have that bug net back there. Good thing I also just got that new tank too, so don't have to worry about running out tonight. So the reason that I've been wanting a propane kind of fire pit for so long is because out here in California, at least for the past 2 years, there's always been a ton of fire restrictions in place. So whenever I pulled up to a campsite, there's a fire restriction. Can't light a wood fire, but even in a fire restriction, you can light a propane fire. So it's a win-win. Doing my part to stop the spread of wildfires, and I can have a fire wherever I want now. You need a lighter, which I don't have, and I'm not really sure how this is gonna go because it's my first time lighting this, but to keep my hands far enough away, I'm just going to take one of these matches that I have and light the end of this Kimura stick on fire, and then use that to light it. So these are stormproof matches, so they should be good. All right, let's go. Aha! We have fire! Alright, so I don't have any lunch meat like I thought I did, but good thing we still have a bunch of meat left over. So I'm just gonna make burrito meat and cheese pudgy pie. And some bread. And some meat. Piece of cheese on there. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else, so top that with another piece of bread. And get it in there. Close it up, and it has this little clamp on the thing so you can keep it closed. Ready to go take this, cook it out by the fire. Also, another thing that's nice about this thing is I don't got to worry about smoke coming into the van when I have a fire right outside, so I don't have to worry about closing my door, although I still am. I don't want bugs getting in there if I can help it. So I'm not sure how long this is gonna take over a propane fire, but I'm just gonna kind of throw it over that. Let it sit there and probably flip it in 2 or 3 minutes, cook it for the same time on the other side, and hopefully it's toasted and not burnt. Oh, nice and wonderfully toasted on that side. Probably another 2 or 3 minutes until she's done. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Cheers. It's like the best grilled cheese I've ever had with that burrito meat in there. But this is like the perfect amount of food to hold me over until we make dinner tonight. Delicious. Alright, so the sun is slowly starting to set. I got the lights on around the inside, but it is still just a little bit too bright on the backdrop. I need to get like something to put behind this, because if you look at it, you can see pretty much right through it. So the projector isn't showing up very good. I tested it out like 10 minutes ago. So we probably still gotta wait another 45-ish minutes until it gets dark enough to actually be something that we can play and see. But while we wait for that, I'm getting kind of hungry. So I think I'm gonna cook up that dinner I bought. Since we're going for the ultimate campsite tonight, I figured we'd do a version of the ultimate dinner, Vanlife style, and do filet mignon and potatoes, but not just any potatoes, loaded baked potatoes in a bag. So in terms of seasoning, we're gonna keep it pretty simple tonight. I'm gonna use my favorite steak seasoning of all time, Buttery Steakhouse. And then some butter, some garlic, and some rosemary. So I think the wind is slowly starting to die down. The later it gets, the less kind of gusty it is. Oh, we can throw this up there. Oh, and it fits perfectly. And then I'm actually gonna crank up the propane a little bit. That with some oil. Wait for that to heat up. And then we're cooking. Going for a medium rare here, so we'll see what we get at the end. All right, now that we've got a nice sear on there, I'll throw in some butter. Rosemary. I think we're just about done. It looks good. I checked it with the thermometer. It's about 120. It might be a little bit overcooked. I think it is. But take it out. Set it on some tin foil. Throw just a little bit more butter on there. And then let that sit for right around 5 minutes. And while we wait for that, I'm gonna go get started making those potatoes. Easy mashed potatoes. It's also so crazy to watch this transform after you put the water in there. It's almost like that powdered snow you used to get when you were a kid. And it just turns into mashed potatoes like that. So weird. All right, I think that's perfect timing for the steak resting. I'm gonna go take everything out. Hopefully the steak is cooked well, and we're eating some dinner. Maybe medium well. There we go. Steak could be cooked a little bit better, but overall, pretty happy with it considering it was cooked over that thing. Cheers. I swear, there is not a single steak seasoning on this earth that is better than that Buttery Steakhouse. It just sucks that this projector is like facing this way. If it was facing, or if my van was facing the hill, it'd be a lot better. It's just the sky behind this white canvas that's see-through. It's just like not gonna work until it's almost pitch black out. I guess we'll see once I'm done eating this delicious dinner. It's also like finally starting to cool off. It feels so good. It was so hot out today. So once I finish dinner and then maybe wait like 10 or 15 minutes, I'm gonna try to get this projector started up, see if we can see it. And then I got a couple options for dessert tonight. So I got some ginger snaps, some marshmallows, and some white chocolate, because I don't like chocolate, if anyone doesn't know, for some s'mores. And then I also got some apple pie filling to throw in that pudgy pie maker thing over there and try to make a pudgy pie apple pie. But before we do that, I'm gonna wait like another 20-30 minutes for the sun to set a little more. All right, so I think it might be just about dark enough outside to where we can kind of faintly see the Xbox on there. So I'm gonna get that turned on and I guess we'll see. Oh, look at that. So it's pretty faint right now because it's still pretty bright in the background. But if I hold it up here and make the background more dark, you can see it a little better. So we might need like 10 to 15 more minutes until it's like good enough to actually play on while I'm sitting down, because my angle sitting down is right here, so it's not the easiest to see. It's nice this projector has a speaker on it, so I don't need anything extra. Alright, so right now my ping is actually 68, which isn't too bad. Packet loss is 0. 72 ping up here on the mountain is not bad at all. I'm cracked. It's annoying though, because when the screen blows in, it blows the image out of focus. But I've got great connection. I don't really notice any lag any more than normal, at least. There we go. Not bad. I think while I wait for it to get dark enough out to where it's perfect, I am going to make some dessert. Same process as before. Slice of bread of this delicious looking filling. And one more slice of bread on top. And get to cooking. Alright, so I just flipped it over, and while I was cooking I was looking at the screen and I'm thinking, this is in like clear view of that road down there. You can see the car's headlights, so I can only imagine what these cars think driving by, looking up and seeing that. But I think our pudgy pie might just be done. Now that is good looking. And I've never had like a pre-made apple pie filling like this before, so very interested to see what it tastes like. Huh. It almost tastes like a Pop-Tart. It's like a very fluffy Pop-Tart, but it is a good, perfect camp snack. But now that I've had my dessert, since I've got all this out here, aka the Xbox, the projector, all these lights, these panels, this awning and everything set up with my fire, I'm gonna sit out here for an hour or two, play some Xbox and enjoy it. Alright, so I finished playing Xbox and I just about played it till that power bank was completely dead. So for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I have, you probably can't see, took down the left wall, took down the projector screen, cleaned up the table in this whole area, got everything organized. So I am just ready to go tomorrow because I don't feel like waking up and cleaning all this up. I left the awning up because I can do that really easily tomorrow, but the rest of it is cleaned up. Get this propane turned off. That's it. That is the ultimate campsite. I wish I could stay here for longer, but I am driving to pick my girlfriend up at the airport tomorrow early in the morning, so I have got to get to bed early. So I will probably just head to a Planet Fitness tomorrow morning and get myself properly clean, but for now, this is good enough. So I think I'm probably just gonna wipe myself down with this shower wipe and then get to bed and leave here pretty early in the morning. So as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching. It means the absolute world to me. If you like this video or if you like this channel and you want to see more videos like this, think about clicking that subscribe button. It really does help out. And I will catch you guys next time.